everybody. Welcome to the Redesign with Prima Facebook group. I am Leah from Leah Noell Design Co. And if you guys are here, go ahead and say hello so I know you can see me and that I am in the right group. I have kind of a new setup here, so I'm just trying to make sure you can see everything. Uh-oh. Let me just, let me know if you guys can see okay. I'm just gonna back that up a little. I can see a couple people on, so I'm assuming we're here and we're in. So say hello. I'm gonna filter comments over here so I can read your questions. Let me just pull it up. Maybe? Okay, cool. I can see it. Okay. Hi, you guys. Welcome. Let me just adjust this one more time. Here we go. I got a new chalkboard. I'm a little excited about it. Okay, so I am Leah, and my business is Leah Noell Design Co., and I am a brand ambassador here at Redesign. So I am coming to you guys live to show you guys. I'm going to do a little bit of decorating on this jewelry box, but I have some tutorial content in here for you to show you how to mix. What we're going to do today is we're going to mix resin, we're going to pour a mold, we're going to glue it on, and then I'm going to decorate this jewelry box with, I'm going to decorate it with the new waxes from Redesign. These new, oh my gosh, they're so yummy. I'm going to be using the new Art Alchemy. I want to say they're called the Finnabar waxes, and if somebody knows, they're just like, really they're just the newer waxes from Prima, but this one is called Opal Magic. We're going to be using some of those to decorate this box. So if I go over here, I should be able to see your comments. Hi Sarah, thank you. Yes, the chalkboard, this chalkboard was my stepdaughter's, and she's 21. And then it was in my daughter's room, and she's 10, and we're redoing her room, and I'm like, that's mine. I want that. So I thought it would be a good place where I can write down what I use. We'll see if it actually works or not. Hi, Donna. Yesterday was funny. Yesterday was so much fun. If you guys didn't catch it, some of the brand ambassadors and I did a live on the Dixie Belle page, and we had a blast. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just get started because I know you guys are eager to learn. So this piece here, this is just a jewelry box that I have. I'm going to set it aside. I've already applied some molds and I've painted over them. I did this like 40 minutes ago. So I put a fan on it and that's ready to go. I want to show you guys how to use molds. Oh, let me make sure you guys can see. Okay. I want to, okay, you guys can see pretty good. I think you can see. If you can't see, let me know. No mud puddle. Yeah, mud puddle's an ugly color. Hi, Sarah Ann. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour a mold. Just in case you haven't seen how to pour a mold before, I think it's really, really, really good information. So I need another mermaid. If anybody knows the name of this mermaid this mermaid mold, let me know. I keep calling it the mermaid mold, and usually I write down the names of my molds on the back so I can tell you guys. Like this one's Delicate Flora. And I'm using this one a lot today. I've already used it on my box. But the mermaid one, I don't have the name for. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mix up my resin. So when I mix resin, I use a solo cup. And I use these little tiny shot glasses from the dollar store. These produce a lot of resin. You might think it's just a little bit, but I'll be able to fill this one up and I'll be able to fill this one up and possibly this one, which is a very large, it's called In Bloom. And I might even be able to get some of these in. It just depends on how fast it gets hard. So what this product is it's fast cast. If you go on Amazon and you order fast cast, this is what it is. I buy it by the gallon from Joe's Art Supply cheap. You probably won't need 2 gallons of this. So if you guys just Amazon fast cast, that's pretty much what the resin is. So I have equal parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump one in. And I'm going to get rid of my cup, and I'm going to dump the second part in. Okay, so I have equal parts. They're equally measured, and I just use I use the first line that it provides, and I'm gonna mix it for like 10 seconds, rigorously. Okay. I'm gonna throw my stick away and I'm gonna get right to it. I'm gonna pour it right away. So I'm pouring my mermaid. And I don't want to pour it too full. I kind of want to move it around. You can use like a toothpick to kind of move your thing around if you want to. I can already start to feel the resin getting a little warm, which means it's starting to set up. So I kind of want to pour this quickly. And I want to kind of shake it around a little. I don't want to over pour, because when you over pour it gets fat and it's hard to it's really hard when you get it too fat. It's really hard to like glue them down. So I want to get her ponytail, so I'm just going to kind of move it and maneuver this as much as I can. I'm probably not going to use those seaweedy things, but I'm going to pour them anyway because I don't feel like I have enough. That one's overfilled. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just pour them in here because I have some extra. I always set out, when I'm pouring resin like this, I always set out extra molds because I always have extra resin. So I'm just pouring the delicate flora. And this resin is getting hot. So I know I'm about done. But I'm just gonna pour until it won't let me pour. I need to buy the smaller, I need to get the little medicine cups or the smaller ones at the store, because these are, the shot glasses from the dollar store, it's just too much. So it's already starting to get hard. So I have quite a bit left in here. I'm just gonna throw it away because it just gets too hard. So I'm just gonna kind of move, this will let me, I'm gonna kind of move this around. You can see right here, I'm gonna hold it up. You can see right here it started to get hard. So those shot glasses from the dollar store, that's what I have, so that's what I'm using. I think the dollar store sells smaller shot glasses sometimes that you could use, with like the medicine cups that come on like the top of NyQuil. And I really feel like that's a better like size. The little red solo shot glasses, they're so big, they're hard to pour from. Hey, Cece. Yeah, it is a chalkboard, and I do not even homeschool my kids. Like my kids do it themselves. But this was in my daughter's room, and I had to, and we're redoing her room, and I have to have it, so I kept it. Okay, so I want to show you guys what I do. So I told you I always have extra, resin. Oh gosh, I didn't get this mermaid. Hang on. Is this gonna go? No, we're just gonna leave that. I always have extra resin. So I decided, I got like an old box, and I started just keeping all of my spare pieces. I just labeled the bag leaves, small branches, and flowers. I used to just throw it in a box, but it was such a mess. So I started doing that, and that way I have them when I'm ready to go. Like when I want some molds, I have them. And so right here, the delicate flora, I pour that a lot because it just seems like there's some extra resin. It's a really easy mold to put in. So I have them in this little bag, and then when I was like, okay, I want to make a jewelry box, I just glued them on here. So these weren't specially poured. These are like literally mold scraps from what I was doing before. So let's take a moment and talk about how to adhere your mold. So I want to put my mermaid, I'm gonna have a mermaid on this side and a mermaid on the other side. So basically, I'm gonna put my mermaid, I'm gonna stick this one, I guess it's gonna be backwards no matter what. So I'm gonna stick this one right here. I'm gonna stick this one right here. So what I like to use to adhere is Tight Bond Quick and Thick. This one was glued on something already and I peeled it off. So I had this on a piece and I'm like, that is not gonna work, and I used something else instead. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some glue on here. Hi AJ, Miss Amy. And this one is already painted. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just glue this baby right on here. And so I used to use, if you're like, okay, what kind of glue can I use? I don't use wood glue because wood glue only sticks to wood in my experience. So I either use Titebond Quick and Thick or I'll use E600, E6000, one of the two, I don't know. Something 600, 6000. All right, so we're gonna let that set for a minute and we're gonna start, this is gonna take about 10 minutes to set up. So once this is set up, we'll glue it on the other side. I'm gonna put a little tape on this. Just to hold it, because I'm gonna flip it back up and we're gonna play with waxes. That should stay. Let me grab my paintbrushes. I did forget to grab them. Okay, so the color on here is Antebellum Blue. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spritz it with spray wax from Dixie Belle. And this is just gonna kind of protect it and let my paint kind of slide around a little bit more. It's a matte wax, so you really won't even see it. Just gonna rub it in a little bit. Okay, let's get started. So this is gonna be Mermaid. This is gonna go on a desk for my daughter. So I'm gonna start in, I'm thinking I'm gonna use this color. This is Lucky Emerald. And this is the new Antique Art Alchemy Antique Brilliance Finnabar wax. So this is emerald. It's really pretty. Let me see if you can see it. You should be able to see it. So we're gonna use emerald. I kind of want that green undertone. And so I'm gonna use green brocade. We're gonna say that it's called that, even though it's probably pronounced differently. I'll probably use a little rose gold. This is the rose gold one. The rose gold. It's really pretty. Rose gold might be my favorite. And I'm gonna use some electric violet, which I think is just the Art Alchemy. You guys might have seen that one before. And then Royal Robes. This is like a really pretty shimmery pink. I don't know if we're gonna use that one. We're probably going to use Mystic Turquoise. The Mystic Turquoise one, I noticed it almost is like a paint. It's a little bit thinner than the other waxes. And I'm thinking for sure we're gonna use, I've used this one a lot, Mint Sparkle. It's one of my favorites. And Indian Pink. So if you guys, there is a link above where you can go to the Redesign site and you can find a retailer if you don't have one. Hey Claudia, you have some small cups for me? Well, thank you. Cool. Are they for me to paint? Okay, so let's just kind of go for it. I think I want to give it an overall like shimmery look. So that's why I put that, I sprayed this wax on just to kind of like, I want my paint to slide. I want my wax, not my paint, my wax. I want it to slide. So I'm gonna go in with this, hold on, let me look at, what's this one? Vintage Silk. Is this the one I said I wasn't gonna use? This one is Vintage Silk. I want like the Vintage Silk, like one of the more iridescent ones. Vintage Silk, Green Baroque, Royal Robes, that was the pinkish one. These ones are kind of, I feel like you guys can see those quite well. Let's put these aside for now. Let's let this get hard. So these are the ones I'm thinking. I'm thinking the more transparent ones. So let's go with the green. Nothing says mermaid like green. And I'm just gonna go ahead and paint over this. It's still wet from my spray wax. So I just wanna give this a shimmer. It's almost working like a glaze that, you guys, I don't know if this is weird or not, but these Art Alchemy waxes, the Fitabar ones, they smell so good. Usually waxes, I'm like, oh my gosh, they smell so bad. These ones smell so good. I could just like sit in my shop and sniff waxes all day. They don't smell bad at all. So this jewelry box, if you guys have been following my Insta stories, if you guys don't follow me on Facebook, it's Leah Noell Design Co. And on my Facebook stories and my Insta stories, I always really try to keep you updated with my projects. And I've been doing a Mad Hatter style desk inspired by the Top Drawer RVA. I've been doing a Mad Hatter style desk, and my daughter originally wanted mermaid on it. And then I found the lion mold, which I don't know the name off the top of my head. I have it in that box. And I put those on because they just matched the style of the dresser better. And she was like, well, if you're gonna use those, then, you know, I want something with a mermaid on it. So I'm like, okay, I will do a jewelry box for you. Okay, so this is with the spray wax. So it's a little bit thinner. Let's just for fun, oh, look at the shimmer. You guys see the shimmer? Let's just for fun, put it over here without the spray wax and see if it goes on thicker. It just doesn't seem like it moves as good. So I'm gonna spray wax this. Oh wait, we still have to glue something on there. Never mind, I'm not gonna wax that yet. We're gonna just work on the front because I don't want to put the waxes on here and then glue something on top. No, for your resin. Oh, cool. Thank you, Claudia. That's awesome. Yay. I love new stuff for my resin. All right, so this is all one direction. I want to just wipe it. I'm just using a shop towel. I want to just kind of wipe it, and the reason I'm going to wipe it, I think that kind of like makes it a little more permanent. It's almost like buffing it in. And you can see on the towel, and you can kind of see here, it's got a green sheen. And that's totally what we're going for. It's permanent, it's staying on. Is our mermaid ready? She's not ready yet. Let's just keep working on the front. Okay, so what color should we do next? I want to accent these. So our mermaid will probably be in, I'm gonna do it the same as I'm gonna do my mermaid. So we used green Baroque, which we're gonna write down. I'm gonna write it down so I have it. Brocade. I don't know how to say that. I have no idea. No idea. All right. I'm going to use a little bit of this turquoise. So I want to go from lighter to darker. Mystic turquoise. Look how pretty this color is. It's like the best color ever. But it does go on a little bit thin. So I'm going to go ahead, kind of dip my brush in, and start going over my flowers and creating waxy layers. My favorite part of doing a piece is adding the waxes. As I've experimented more and more with the waxes, I've liked them more and more, and they've really become my favorite. They've become my favorite finishing product because they're fun. So a lot of times I use them on my furniture pieces. My favorite combination is green patina, old denim, and eternal. I do that a lot. So like a blue, a green, and a gold. Can you guys see okay? Let me know if you can't see okay. Be happy to adjust. All right, so this is Mystic Turquoise. And this will all go on my mermaid too. But she's just kind of hanging out right now. She's just like, okay, I just gotta get adhered. And I'm gonna go over my my knobs here. This is just a cute little jewelry box I picked up at, look at, the inside's not so cute, but I picked it up at the Restore. The Restore. All right, so we have, it's looking very mermaidish. We have some blues. I'm thinking we need to go over those flowers with a little pink and a little gold. So I'm just gonna pull some of this wax off my brush here. And I almost feel like I wanna show you guys this. If I use this, I'm gonna go ahead and just paint some on this towel. The Mystic Turquoise has a brown undertone. If you guys can see that, it has a little bit of a brown undertone. Kind of making it like a good antiquing color. Okay, I'm gonna leave that out. Which one was that one? Mystic Turquoise. Because believe me, I will forget what I use. Okay. Let's use a little bit of this. This is an older one. This is called Indian Pink. One of my favorites though. And I'm just gonna touch up these flowers a little bit, just to have a little pink on there. And that's gonna kind of make them pop. So I'm just gonna go on. Little pink. And then we'll finish this out with gold because gold is awesome. That's pretty much the color scheme of my daughter's room. Dark, plum crazy, and gold. Lots of gold. Everything ordered from Amazon. All right, look at that. Hold it up. So you can kind of see what it looks like. And then we're gonna add this mermaid. This mermaid's about ready. Let's do a test. It's not quite ready. I'm pushing out, oh, there it is. Okay, it is ready. We're gonna just give that a second. I wanna do gold. Now there's a couple golds that Prima has that are my favorite. Eternal is always my first favorite, which is like an actual Prima wax. And then there's vintage gold. So I'm going to use vintage gold because I have it out. Hi, Melissa. So this is vintage gold. Stole this from Cece the last time I saw her. I was all out of gold and she was kind enough to give me her vintage gold. So I'm just going over my knobs. I use these waxes on my hardware a lot. Oh, I love it. Okay. So, we're looking pretty. Can you guys see it okay? Yeah, she is lucky this week, Claudia. She's getting a lot from me. All right, so one of the ways, so like, let me just talk about this first. So if you guys look here, I have this flora, delicate flora. And this one just didn't work. So it just peels out. So like if you pour it in there and it doesn't work, you could just peel them out. But I'm gonna go ahead and just leave those in there because there's no reason to pull them out because I'm not gonna use them now. But I have my mermaid, I did my test, she's popping up. I didn't actually get my resin into every little piece, but it's okay. You know, sometimes I worry about things like that, and then other times it's like, this is going on a jewelry box, and if every little fine detail isn't showing, like this girl doesn't even have an arm. If every little fine detail is not showing, it's okay. But when I need them, I'll use like a toothpick to kind of run them into the edges. So right here, this, let me just set it on here. The coral is connected, but you could totally cut it off. Can you guys see if I lay this on its back? Let me wipe that wax off. All right. Did I break her arm off? Oh, no. Just fold it over. Okay. All right, so this side is gonna be, that is the only thing about this is they're not mirrored. They're not mirrored. So one side will be facing one way, one side will be facing the other. No big deal. It's a fun mold. So we're just gonna use, the tight bond. And when I put it on, I just dab it on and then I spread it out. Either with a brush or the tip of this normally. Depending on depending on like how into it I am, I'll use my finger. But I really try to just use this tip. Let's get this chick's handful of glue. Okay. I'm gonna make that coral. This is still soft. Okay, so I discovered the best thing the other day. Like the best thing ever. So I was working with my molds and I discovered if I hit them with my heat gun, like say they're hard, right? Like they're already in this bag, you can warm them up a little bit just to make them a little bit pliable to like bend around whatever you need to bend it around. It's not like when when I first pull this resin out of here right now, okay, it's very pliable. It's very, very pliable. Like I could bend this around here and glue it on because it's that pliable for about 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna actually pull that out and just set it flat so it dries flat. But as you're like in here, you can't bend them. But I can heat this up to bend it a little bit. It won't bend as good as it is right now because we poured those like 20 minutes ago. So it won't bend as good as this one did because it's still pliable. So when I'm using my molds, usually I pour them that day. But like I said, I always have my extras. So you can like just heat them up a little bit and they will bend. They will have a little bit of give for you to work with. Hi, Gina. I am creating a jewelry box. If you catch the replay, you can see I showed how to pour resin molds and glue them on. And then I'm using the newer waxes from Prima. So I'm just gonna pull my tape off. My mermaid should be dry, so let's go ahead and paint this mermaid. Oh, I wanna touch over these with gold too. These flowers are getting gold. So I'm gonna just tape this mermaid. Can you guys see like this? If I go like this, can you see? Okay. I'm gonna go over this with the same thing. I'm gonna spray this with wax. This glue's dry enough. I'll just maybe hold it up like this. Okay, so sprayed it with wax. So I like this spray wax from Dixie Belle because it just makes this slide more evenly. So this is Green Baroque. It's a transparent wax, and when I put that spray wax on, it just kind of slides a little bit easier. So I'm using this wax kind of as like a glaze. And if anyone knows the name of this mermaid, let me know. I forgot the name of the actual mold. It's probably like Sea Treasure, something crazy like that. No, the waxes are Redesign. Everything I'm using is Redesign except for this spray wax. The spray wax is from Dixie Belle. Everything else is from Redesign. And then the paint color, the paint is from Dixie Belle. But no, the main thing I'm using are the newer waxes from Redesign. I just like that spray wax to give it, to like make that wax really move. So I want to do something a little more fun with her. Thinking, I didn't even show, Amethyst Magic. This is a new Finnabar wax too. We're gonna make her purple. Reagan, my daughter, is obsessed with purple right now. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna do a little green. I'm gonna do green on her, I'm gonna do green and teal on her fins here. I used to have a teal. Where's my teal? Hang on, I have a teal. Oh, look at all these colors I have. I didn't even pull. Okay, here's my teal. Peacock. This is an Art Alchemy wax as well. So your Redesign retailer should have all of these, or they have access to get them. I don't sell these, but if you guys click the link above, you can find yourself a retailer that's close to you, or you can find one online that you can get these waxes from. Okay, so this is, what color is this? This is Lucky Emerald, and then I'm gonna go into the Peacock, which Peacock is an older color, but it's pretty and I love it, so I'm gonna use it. And then her tail has to be purple. And we're gonna use Electric Violet. Oh my gosh, yes. Look at that. And we're gonna do her hair tips in Electric Violet as well, because 10-year-olds think that your hair tips being colored purple is about the coolest thing in the world. And we're gonna use rose gold on her hair too, because she's a mermaid. Let's give her a golden glow on her arms with vintage silk. Her face. And her crown is going to be in gold. She's got a golden seaweed crown. Oh my gosh, yep. I'm just going to kind of rub that gold off in certain spots just to give highlights. We're going to have gold tips on her fins. Ta-da! That is our mermaid. So, oh, my other mermaid is starting to come up. Okay. No, I haven't, Dora. It is staring at me right now. I put another coat of paint on it that I recorded for YouTube last night, and then hopefully I'll finish. We'll see if I'll finish it today or tomorrow. My stepdaughter's coming in town tonight, so we'll see. She's coming to get a cat from my mother-in-law. All right, so I'm just gonna finish this off right now by adding a little gold. And I'm gonna use the vintage gold. And I really feel like whenever I use like a little touch of gold, like you can't really see these flowers right now, but when I add the touch of gold, you should be, they'll pop more. And I'll definitely give you guys, I'll have a picture of this on my page shortly. But this was super easy. It really brought this old jewelry box to life. And the mermaid is about my favorite thing in the world right now. I'm really loving the mermaid. So, okay. So just to tell you guys, some of these waxes were a little bit of the older ones, but a lot of the ones that I used are the new Finnabar ones. The Lucky Emerald is really worth looking into because it's green. I don't know if you guys have ever worked with waxes, but I always find that I have a really hard time finding a green that like goes on and it doesn't stretch too thin. The Lucky Emerald has a great review from me. I do like the Lucky Emerald. The Mystic Turquoise is okay. It has a little bit of a brown undertone. And it goes on kind of thin, but that one was okay. The Lucky Emerald is probably my favorite from this collection. The Amethyst Magic is just really like a really pretty, this is about the color of my daughter's room. It's just a really pretty purple. But those are some of the newer ones. And then there's like the sheer iridescent ones, which we had used the green brocade. I've said it different every time I've said it. And that is just that like nice, pretty, like shimmery look. So if you guys haven't tried waxes, they're a lot of fun. I will post this on my page and I will also share it in my group when I finish painting it, which will probably be in the next few minutes. And then I will be doing some staging tomorrow. So I will get it staged for you guys so that you could see. But I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me today and on the Redesign page. I will be back on Tuesday at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time in the Redesign group. Doing some more tutorials for you guys. So if you are like, hey, I really like to see how to put a transfer on, or if there's a product or something you want to see and you're like, I would like to learn how to do that, send me a message and I'd be happy to put together a live to show you guys how to do that. So a lot of people have been asking about how to pour the resin into molds lately. So I've been doing a lot of tutorials on that. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to see and learn, I'm open to suggestions. So, all right, you guys, have a great night, and I will see you Tuesday. Woo. Bye-bye.